Park in Pittsburgh is the site of Cubs baseball tonight here on WGN Sports. The Cubs begin the month of August in a virtual tie for first place. And tonight marks the Cubs debut of veteran left-hander Cole Hamels. It's the Cubs and the Pirates coming up on Channel 9. Great to have you with us. Alongside Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. The Cubs dropped a 5-4 opener last night, and they'll give the ball to Cole Hamels for the first time tonight.
Yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Cole Hamels returns to the National League. He was having a bit of a rough go with the Rangers this year, especially of late. But how about a soft landing for Cole Hamels? Nobody has been better than Hamels in the history of this ballpark among those who have made at least 5 starts here. A sparkling 1.22 ERA here at PNC Park.
Pirates are hot, and Nick Kingham, a 3-2 record over his last 5, but he's been giving up a lot of runs.
Yeah, you know, sprinkled in there a couple decent ones, a couple real ugly ones. The big issue, the home run ball. He's a lot of home runs this year, including 9 over his last 5 starts.
So the Pirates held off the Cubs last night 5-4, but Javier Baez hit a big 3-run homer in the game. He's knocked in 8 on the road trip. Cubs and Bucks, game 2 of this series. Cubs look for the split next.
Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room.
Remind you to drink wiser. The team that enjoys responsibly. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. Lexus, experience amazing. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. Volkswagen. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer or VWDealer.com for the Volkswagen dealer near you. And by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Chicago Cubs baseball in beautiful high definition is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. Mild temperatures and overcast skies here in Pittsburgh, and let's check out tonight's Southwest Airlines Cubs lineup. Anthony Rizzo in the leadoff spot. Once again, Ben Zobrist, a red-hot road trip, playing second, batting second. Jason Hayward has always hit well in this park and having a very good year against the Pirates. We talked about Baez in the open. He's had a huge trip. He hit a home run last night. Leads the league in RBIs. Ian Happ, the Pittsburgh native, in center. Kyle Schwarber in left, batting 6th. Contreras, the catcher, ahead of Cole Hamels, the pitcher, and Addison Russell, the shortstop, bats 9th.
Buccos defensively. Jordan Luplow is in left field again tonight. He's a rookie. Starling Marte is in center field. He's a Gold Glove winner. Gregory Polanco plays right. David Freese at third base. Steady as she gets. Jordy Mercer at short. Sean Rodriguez plays all over the diamond. Tonight he's at second. Jose Osuna filling in for the injured Josh Bell at first. Francisco Cervelli is behind the plate. And the starting pitcher for the Pirates is a rookie right-hander by the name of Nick Kingham. He is making his 12th big league start and his third against the Cubs already. He's 5-5 with a 4.80 ERA. The home run ball has been an issue for him. He's allowed 13 home runs in 60 innings of work. He's got a 4-pitch mix, and he likes to mix it up. You'll use those secondary pitches a fair bit. Fastball, a little less than 60% of the time. Slider, change, and curve. And really tough on right-handed hitters. They're batting just .207 against them, but lefties hit .274.
Set the umpires for you. That's Chris Guccione back of the plate. Ramon De Jesus at first. Ed Hickox at second. And the crew chief Jerry Meals over at third. Season series tied at 5 apiece. So including tonight, still 9 games left between the Cubs and the Pirates. In the final 2 months. Here we go. Ball one outside from Kingham to Rizzo.
It would be great to put a crooked number on the board here for Cole Hamels in his first Cubs start. Kingham's had first inning issues.
An ERA of over 8 in the first inning. 74 degrees as we get started. th consecutive game leading off for Anthony Rizzo. Brewers have recovered after their bad stretch. They're playing in LA again tonight. They have caught the Cubs. The Pirates are 6 games back. They're 3 out in the wild card race. Pittsburgh has now won 9 in a row against the National League Central. 3-1 to Rizzo's pop foul to the seats out of play.
The Pirates have the best record within the division. They are 27-16 against the teams in the Central. The Cubs just 1 game better than 500.
Another fastball up in the zone. Count holding at 3-2 with Zobrist on deck. We should be okay weather-wise. Maybe a pop-up shower, but nothing in the forecast. And a leadoff walk. Good way to start the game. Now Zobrist.
Yeah, and we talked about this a lot with Anthony in the leadoff spot because he is so dangerous. Pitcher doesn't want to just groove him a fastball in that situation. Anthony more than willing to accept his walk. Set a pitcher on his heels early. Put a man on base for Zobrist is a good idea because he's really been swinging it well.
He has been on base 9 times in the last 3 games. And then hitting .331 on the road with a 9-game hitting streak away from Wrigley Field. Kingham's 0-1. Hit in the air to deep right. And it is off the wall. Rizzo on his way to third. Zobrist has a double. And the Cubs have it cooking in the first inning. A walk and a double.
My goodness. It's unbelievable the at-bats he's having. And it just continues to square up the baseball. This time it's up above the belt. Good fastball hitter, good high ball hitter right now, good just about anything hitter. Really been one of the great stories for the Cubs this year, the return to form of Ben Zobrist. And this guy as well.
So Hayward will bat infield back with nobody out. And at the very least, you'd love a 2-for-1 here. Contact to the right side to get Rizzo in, and Zobrist to third. Our Lexus Run Predictor brought to you by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. Two and 0. Kingham in the first inning, his ERA 8.18, and then the second through the sixth, 364 overall after the first, just over 4.
Ooh, not so sure about that one.
2 and 1. Got the high strike.
Yeah.
This one in the dirt.
Yeah, see, and this is what happens. You know, he's fully aware it has to be of his first inning issues, and now you're dealing with base runners. There's nobody out. Your mind starts to swirl a little bit. You're back on your heels. You start to pitch out of the zone, hoping that the hitters will get themselves out as opposed to you getting them out. Mindset, and this is where a veteran catcher like Cervelli could really serve him well to trot out there after the Zobrist double. Hey, look, nobody's on base. Just pitch to the hitter, because if you try to pitch away from contact, you could be setting yourself up for a 4 or 5 run inning.
Bounce to first. Rizzo will score. Zobrist will make it to third. There is that 2-for-1. And the Cubs will give Cole Hamels a lead before he pitches tonight.
Well, there you go. The world's greatest leadoff man works the walk. Comes home with run number 1.
We're having a little issue with our pitch tracks tonight. We're working on it. Here's Baez, hit his 22nd home run last night. Game tying 3-run shot to left.
8th in the National League in home runs. First in runs batted in with 82. Depending on what Eugenio Suarez did today.
Tapped foul. Suarez did not pick up an RBI today. He did have 2 hits in the Reds' loss in Detroit. Time now to see who's got momentum, brought to you by First Midwest Bank. Yeah, last month means July, and some big numbers by that quartet. First Midwest Bank connect with a momentum maker today. 1-1 serve, now 1-2.
Sometimes in this situation, once you get to 2 strikes, you'll pull your infield in, anticipating weaker contact. Doesn't appear to be the case for the Pirates here for Javi. This is where you would love to see him cut down on the swing a little bit and really emphasize contact.
Zobrist at third, a run in. The pitch. He got a piece of it.
Single home run double last night for Baez. The home run came on an 0-2 curveball from Jameson Taillon. He ultimately hung in there and picked up the win in the game, but it made a real bad pitch on the 0-2 breaker.
Cervelli knocks it down.
Taillon after the game said, I should have just thrown him one curveball in the dirt after another and either struck him out or walked him.
Chris Archer will make his Pirates debut Friday night against the St. Louis Cardinals. Big news conference before the game tonight, introducing their newest starting pitcher. Good battle here. Pirate fans pretty excited with Chris Archer in a Pirate uniform, and they've got him under contractual control for 3 more years after this, with some club options. He signed through next season with team options for 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, and he's a great change of scenery candidate. And he had a real nice year a couple of years back, but for the most part, I think the industry views him as a little bit of an underachiever, pitching below his stuff. But new pitching coach, new place to pitch, new vibe, that may all turn around.
One-time pitch for Joe Madden, and his pitching coach was Jim Hickey.
Yeah, always had big strikeout numbers.
One time was in the Cubs minor league system. How about Baez? This has been fun.
Yeah, that was a changeup right there. So I would think, again, Cervelli, being a veteran guy, and pretty good idea what he's doing back there, they would spin something out of the strike zone at this point. They've thrown him a lot of pitches. Spin something out the outside corner or try the elevated fastball again.
Here comes Zobrist. Baez hustling, and he's going to make it. A bobble by Rodriguez. It's 2-0. It'll be an RBI, his 83rd, and an error on Sean Rodriguez.
So a couple of productive ground balls. First Hayward, and then Baez does indeed make contact. Pretty good pitch. Slider off the outside corner and down. A little sloppy by Rodriguez. And Baez not only gets the run home, but gets himself on base.
2-0, and now Ian Happ. Still only 1 out. Up and in. And the switch hitting center fielder tonight. 0 for 2 with 2 walks and an outfield assist from left. Last night he threw out David Freese at the plate in the 5th inning. Ball, 1 strike.
Kingham was born in Houston. He's 26 now. Went to high school in Las Vegas. 4th round pick in 2010. That's the year they took Tyone in the 1st round of the draft.
Baez was running as Happ fouled it off. Kingham played on a Little League All-Star team with Chris Bryant, and later faced him in high school. Turned down a scholarship from the University of Oregon to sign with the Pirates. Chris currently on the disabled list. Baez not running, and the pitch is fouled out of play off to the left.
How are you going to get through the 2nd act here with no popcorn?
So setting a screen for somebody behind them. That's dangerous. Butterfingers. This will be the 30th pitch for Kingham. He has only recorded 1 out. Baez runs, Happ fouls in the backswing. Got the mask or the hand of Cervelli.
Yep, twice on the DL this year due to concussions, and that long finish.
The top of the mask. Yeah, they're keeping a close eye on him. And there was some thought that at some point he might add first base to his arsenal just to give him a break on occasion and keep his bat in the lineup.
I wonder if guys like Cervelli who've had concussion issues, if they're wearing a different helmet, if it's something more durable that's been reinforced a little bit more than the standard gear.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Long pause in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Outside, he took it. 2-2.
They're making him work so hard.
Baez runs. Happ got clipped. 2 on for Schwarber.
I threw that number 5 out there a little while ago, and Schwarber's certainly capable of inflicting that kind of damage. You talked about Kingham and all the home runs he's allowed, especially of late. Ray Searage is jog trotting out of the Pirate dugout to have a chat with his young right-hander, because this is a big moment here this early in the ball game, and there's a flurry of activity out there in the Pirate bullpen as well. You take walks, you work counts. It just gets into the pitcher's head, puts him in a defensive frame of mind.
Left-hander Steven Brault getting loose here in the first inning.
And Kyle, with 19 home runs this year, they've all come against right-handed pitching. He has one of the best home run to at-bat ratios against righties in all of baseball. Well, all of Major League Baseball anyway. I can't speak for the whole sport on every level.
Baez takes off, and the throw goes into left. I put a spell on you.
He did it again.
Baez did it again. He should have been an easy out at third, and it's 3-0.
Erroneous petroleum. He's induced 2 errors in this inning. The misplay by Rodriguez and then the errant throw by Kingham. He's living a charmed life.
Infield in for the Pirates with Happ now at third.
I don't know if you could find such a number, but if it's unforced errors or errors induced, Baez is probably at the top of the list.
Yeah, he should have been an easy out twice in this inning. Reached on the error, scored on an error. Two and one. Well, Hamels might bat before he pitches,
which is a really good thing, but can sometimes be a little bit of a downside to it too, because it's been a long time since he's been out there in the bullpen throwing.
Another favorable count for a Cub hitter.
Pull out the driver, big boy.
Diving stop, and it'll be safe at first. Osuna could not beat Schwarber there. Happ was going to score either way. It's 4-0.
For a walk, hit batter, 2 errors, and what appeared to be an outstanding play by Rodriguez, but it blows up on him, and great hustle by Schwarber. Peek over his shoulder, make sure that run's coming home. Wants to make sure he gets that ribeye.
Wilson Contreras with Cole Hamels on deck. First pitch strike. Kingham probably feels like he's trailing 17-0 right now with the way this inning has gone. Tap toward third, and it's foul. Statcast AI is powered by AWS. Catch probability for Popcorn Man was 15%.
So that would have been a 5-star catch had he hauled that in with his bucket of corn.
This is going to be a tough play for Freese. He'll barehand and throw late. Another infield hit. Death by 1,000 cuts for Nick Kingham.
Yeah, put it in play. It's been the narrative around this team. The home runs are down. Just put it in play and good things will happen. You got athletes that can get down the line, puts pressure on the defense. Probably would have been a better option to go 2 hands here. Don't know that it would have mattered.
So Hamels will bat before he pitches as a Chicago Cub. Cornermen expecting a bunt. That's not the Cubs game. Joe told him hit one in the river. Wouldn't that be something? He has 1 career home run. That was in 2012 in Philadelphia off the Giants' Matt Cain.
Oh,
that will land foul.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. He homered off Cain, and Cain homered off Hamels in that same ball game. I believe it was in the very same inning.
The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. So Kingham has recorded 2 outs in this inning. The RBI ground out by Hayward, and now the strikeout of the pitcher. And it'll bring up Addison Russell. Russell swings and misses.
And he 1 out of 4 last night on the ground 3 times. In his final at bat, he hit that double into the right center alley and was called out after initially being called at third base. Called out, or excuse me, after being called safe. Huge moment in that ball game.
Yeah, the tying run would have been at third, instead reversed on replay.
But it's just good to see him drive the ball the other way. He's been in a bit of a funk here for the last few weeks, and it's been on the ground to the pull side too much.
Shot foul to right. Nice grab by not only an Anthony Rizzo fan, but a lefty. Dude in the front row. Pitch number 47 goes over the head of Russell on a very wild pitch.
Yes, more coming unglued here for Kingham. His last outing was against the Mets, and he only went 3+, and that one allowed 6 earned runs on 7 hits and 4 walks. For the most part, control has not been an issue for him this year.
Two pitch is tapped foul. There's the controversial overturn from last night. Relay throw from Harrison. So Russell beat the throw. So that hand is on, then it came off, and right there is when Freese applied the tag.
Yeah, and you know, I'm still, I don't know, again, I'm not sure, because I think the Cubs have been given the look that the league saw, and if that was it, it's still not enough for me to overturn that call. It's enough for me to go, yeah, they probably got it right, but if the call on the field is safe, that look is not enough, in my view.
Yeah, you have to make an assumption. Still 3-2. So Kingham doing something Jose Quintana did the other day in St. Louis, and I believe it's only happened maybe 3 times all year. A 50+ pitch inning. I recall when Quintana did it, I believe he was the second pitcher this season.
Right, yeah.
Popped him up behind the plate. Cervelli on the track makes the grab. The Cubs score 4 runs. 8 of the 4 are unearned. Does that make sense? We'll figure it out. Elmarco. 2 errors allowed him to get on base and then score. It's 4-0. David Freese in a very hot stretch here as of late. 2 big doubles last night. Cervelli hit a home run, his 10th. Osuna at first in for Josh Bell, who's on the disabled list. Rodriguez, Mercer, and Kingham rounded out.
Cubs defensively, Kyle Schwarber in lefty, and Happ, as Len mentioned, threw a man out at home plate last night. He's in center tonight. Hayward right, Baez, Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo. Third to first, Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Our Blue Cross Blue Shield starting pitcher is that man right there, the stylish left-hander Cole Hamels. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all.
2 of the 4 runs were earned, 2 unearned in the top of the first. Jordan Luplow swings and misses. 93 on the fastball from Hamels.
Now, overall, the average velocity this year is down a little bit, but his last 3 starts, it's up. So it's very similar to what we've seen from Cole Hamels in the past. Heater, cutter, outstanding changeup, and a curveball.
Fouled out of play. So he's got all the weapons. Gets a lot of swings and misses on his changeup. He remembers coming home after school as a kid and turning on the Cubs on WGN. So he was excited to know that his Cubs debut is on Channel 9. 1-2.
Well, it's got to be a little extra amped up here tonight. I don't care how long you've been around. First start with a new club, a lot of adrenaline. It is a very impressive resume. 13th major league season, 152 wins. That's 9th among actives.
Russell will scoop and safe. Luplow beat it. Rizzo pulled off the bag as Russell had to hurry the throw.
Yeah. It's pretty routine, and Addy kind of sat back on a little bit, and then the throw had to be right on the money. It was not. Should be an E6.
So 3 errors combined, and we're still in the first inning. Marte, he had a huge month of July, including at one time a 17-game hitting streak, and the Pirates have 2 on, nobody out.
And Marte came into this one with good numbers against Hamels, 6 out of 15 with a home run. He wastes no time. Looks like a fastball, maybe a little cutter, down and in. He's a 4-time All-Star. He's 34 now.
So you see a lefty-lefty matchup, and you say advantage Hamels, as Polanco didn't appreciate that pitch off the plate, but he's been their most dangerous hitter here, and he homered last night off the lefty Justin Wilson in the 8th inning.
Yeah, it's a good idea to get him to move his feet early, make him a little uncomfortable.
There's a strike. 95. A little extra adrenaline tonight for Hamels.
Looking at his game log, as I mentioned, the velocity's been trending upward over the last 3 or 4 starts. And that's, that was really good news, because when I'm paying that much attention to what was going on in the American League. You see, well, the Cubs acquiring Cole Hamels. He's got an ERA approaching 5. He's 34. There's been a lot of wear and tear, a lot of pitches. Velocity's probably way down. The stuff's probably not the same. Then you look at it, you look at the numbers, look at some of the video, and you go, wait a minute, this is the same guy we've seen pitch so well. So I think a couple of things at work. One, the home ballpark in Texas is really tough, and ball in the air has flown out of the ballpark on him a lot this year. So 6.41 a home ERA. On the road, he's been just fine with a 2.93. The other part of it is too, the Rangers not having a good year. You get into that losing situation, kind of lose your edge a little bit for a guy that's been around a long time.
Swing and a miss, big strikeout. So the first out recorded by Hamels as a Cub is a punch out.
Well, if he continues to throw 94, 95, that changeup will play that much better, but that's always been his best pitch. So yeah, the Rangers have been out of it for a long time.
Doesn't get much easier. David Freese, 2 go-ahead doubles last night. Pirates have won 16 of their last 20. The official deal on Friday brought Hamels to the Cubs and sent right-hander Eddie Butler, minor league right-hander Raleigh Lacey, and a player to be named later to Texas. Cubs also getting cash considerations.
Big postseason in 2008 as he claimed the MVP of both the LCS and the World Series.
We have 2 of the 7 players to win both those awards in the same postseason matching up here. David Freese did it in 2011 with the Cardinals.
See what Hamels is thinking. If I can get him to roll over either on a curveball or a sinker, ground ball to the left side becomes the double play ball. A lot of the damage he's given up this year has come on the four-seam fastball. Good hook. Well, the stuff appears to be very good here tonight.
The kick and the pitch. It's low and it's full. Cervelli on deck.
Decision time. You try to beat him or do you try to trick him?
Foul out of play.
Mentioned his good work in this ballpark among pitchers all time with at least 5 starts here. His ERA is the best at 1.22. And in those 5 starts, he's pitched 7 or 8 innings in all 5 of them. So he hasn't had a bad start here. Lifetime against the Buccos, 3-3 with a 293.
Swing and a miss on the changeup. Back-to-back Ks after the first 2 reached. Great arm action.
Yeah, good separation on the changeup to the fastball, and he really sells it well. The delivery, the release point. There's a lot of swings and misses right there on that change.
Two strikes on Cervelli.
Step off, reset, get back into your rhythm.
Swing by Cervelli, fouled it back to the screen.
Cutter there that he caught a lot of the plate. I don't think that's where he wanted to throw that one. This is a challenge for Contreras too, of course. First time catching Hamels. Trying to find that, you know, blend the scouting report with what Hamels does best.
Last night started a stretch. 4 consecutive games for the Cubs in which they'll have lefties starting. Lester, Hamels, Montgomery, and Quintana. Cubs head home after this one and host the Padres for 4 starting tomorrow night.
It wasn't too long ago, right, that we were talking about how many consecutive starts the Cubs had had without a lefty making a start.
Before John got here, yeah.
Good idea.
Yep.
Clearly having a little bit of an issue here.
The 1-2 pitch. Didn't miss by much. Looked like Contreras had to reach for it.
And Cervelli's got good discipline. He can take his walks. Better than league average in terms of his walk rate and his strikeout rate. Ooh.
Thought he had him.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good take by Cervelli because there's not a whole lot you're going to do with this one. Take it and hope for the best.
Go time for Luke Lowe and Marte. 3-2 pitch, ground ball, base hit. Pirates get on the board. RBI single, Francisco Cervelli, who continues to do damage against Cubs pitching. That'll be an unearned run. And it's 4-1.
Now, going back to the changeup, that's what he got freeze with for the strikeout. This one stays up just a little bit, but you still had Cervelli out in front of it. But the bat path stays in the zone, so he gets it off the end of the bat. It's enough on it to push it into center field for the RBI knock. So the Pirate Club is not an easy team to beat these days. They're playing winning baseball. They have been over the last 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, they got a big bounce in their step as Osuna takes inside. And they made the 2 trades yesterday. Most notable, bringing in Chris Archer. Josh Bell is on the disabled list. He's got an oblique injury. Pierogi power. Yep.
The pitching has been outstanding as well, and you see the offensive numbers there. Marte's taking a very aggressive lead at third base. I will not be surprised to see Contreras and Baez try to pick him off.
Throw's got to go to first, and that'll do it. So both teams scoring in the first and unearned runs involved. It's 4-1 Cubs after 1. Dodger trying to tie the game last night in LA. Lorenzo Cain steals away a home run, and the Brewers win the ball game.
More than able, he was robbed, and boy was he ever. Lorenzo Cain. What a catch.
Jonathan Scope in their lineup tonight, playing second base and batting cleanup.
Wade Miley dealing for the Brewers. He's got a 150 something this month.
Chase Anderson versus Rich Hill at Dodger Stadium, and it will be a bullpen night for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Stephen Brault, strike one on Anthony Rizzo. Nick Kingham went just 1 inning. 3 starters have thrown 51 pitches this season in the first inning. 2 are Pirates, Ivan Nova and Kingham. And on Saturday in St. Louis, Jose Quintana. I think the fact that as Rizzo sends one out into deep left center, Marte and Luplow, it'll be caught about 400 feet from home plate for the first out.
Cub fans, everybody in the Sunday, August 12th game against the Washington Nationals, previously listed as TBD, is now scheduled to begin at 7:05. Tickets are still available at Cubs.com.
Zobrist takes a strike, double batting left-handed in the first inning against Kingham. I think the fact that Clint Hurdle made the move this early speaks to where the Pirates are. If they were 5 games under 500 and out of the race, I'm guessing Kingham takes the ball in the second inning.
Yeah, maybe. But, every game is vitally important now. Getting into the final couple of months of the season, they've clawed their way back into it. He's not going to concede anything. As I mentioned, Jameson Taillon hung in there last night, ended up giving him 6 2/3 innings. Brault has worked as a starter in the past.
Here comes a 1-2 in the dirt.
And the other piece of it, of course, is you bring the lefty in now, who can give you some length, and it helps to neutralize Anthony and Hayward. Turns Happ around, neutralizes Schwarber, certainly the power.
But it doesn't neutralize Zobrist. He's 2 for 2.
He's beyond. He's unneutralizable.
He is now 9 for 14 on this road trip. Hayward knocked in the first run on a ground out. And a fly ball down the left field line. Luplow with a long run over there, but he will not have a play. Well, we often ask the question. I'll ask it in the second inning. Will 4 runs be enough to win tonight? You don't get the impression that it will. This could be a wild night, so you want to keep pressing offensively. Bounced foul.
I'd be really comfortable with 6. Feel good. Feel good if the Cubs posted put a 6 spot up there. I'll tell you what, though, if that first inning is any indication, just stuff-wise, Hamels looks really good.
Yeah, and I'm just basing it on the Pirates' offense recently.
Red hot.
Ground ball will get through. Zobrist to third. Hayward to second. The throw will go there, and it's late. It's a double. Wasn't hit hard, but perfectly placed.
Yeah, well, both hits in this inning. Zobrist didn't exactly tear the cover off of his. Now Jason squirts one down the third base line, and there's such a big outfield here. Luplow was shaded towards the alley in left center. You have to protect that, because if it splits the gap in left center, it's an easy triple. So a long way to go to run that one down, and it allows both Zobrist and Hayward to get an extra 90 feet.
They will walk Baez intentionally to load the bases for Ian Happ. Happ hit by a pitch in the first. More traffic for the Cubs here in the second inning, and Cervelli just saved a run.
Our bullpen overall this year hasn't been great, but of late they have been outstanding, as they have been in just about every department. But they got a lot of heavy lifting to do tonight.
Single, double, intentional walk. And Brault's 2-0. Missed again, 3-0. He hasn't really come close to the strike zone here against Happ. He walked him, and that forces in a run. Zobrist will score. It's 5-1.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle there stuck between a rock and a hard place, really, with Baez up there and left-hander on the mound with all the damage Baez has done. I understand him putting Javi on and trying to get a double play ball out of Brault. The problem, of course, is you got Ian Happ coming up there, who's a very disciplined hitter and takes a lot of walks. As a relief pitcher, you know, your mindset when you go out to the bullpen before the game is you got to be ready at a moment's notice. But generally, that doesn't come in the first or second inning. So that's a bit of a mental hurdle.
By the way, we believe Baez was charged with a caught stealing when he scored in the first, because he took off for third. You either have to call it a caught stealing or a stolen base. So caught stealing E1. You might say, well, he wasn't caught stealing, but the way it works in scoring is official score determined he should have been. Want to know on Kyle Schwarber. 6 straight misses after the Pirates waved Baez to first base. Popped up on the infield, and Schwarber is out on the infield fly rule, caught by Mercer. So 2 outs. It brings up Contreras.
Well, giving up 1 would be a win of sorts for the Pirates here. Falls to Contreras to make sure that doesn't happen. Looks like everybody's going to get a lot of turns tonight.
Downstairs on Contreras. Good numbers with the bases loaded. Infield single, his first time up.
Cubs got 4 in the first. They hit 1 ball out of the infield.
Big swing and a miss. 1-1. This feels like an important one to get. With the suddenly resurgent Brewers in that virtual tie for first. The Cubs have 2 fewer losses. They have 4 games in hand on Milwaukee, and again the Brewers playing later tonight. Big kick and the 1-1. Now 2-1. Contreras, the 16th Cubs batter, and we're only in the second. 3-1.
Trying to pick away at that outside corner at the knees. To recalibrate here.
Alex McRae stretching on the Pirates bullpen. He walked him. It's 6-1. The second bases loaded walk here in the second inning. Here's Hamels with the bases loaded. Well, there's your 6 runs.
Yeah, well, that should be good.
That is a fair ball, and that'll end the inning. Happ and Contreras take bases loaded walks, and the Cubs lead big early, 6-1. That safe driving habits really are a matter of life or death. Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com. Mitch Garver throws out Jose Ramirez at second, but a heads-up play by Rajai Davis, who is not credited with a steal, but he scores in the Indians' 2-0 win in Minnesota. Carlos Carrasco got the win, and the Indians have a 10-game lead.
Yeah, the Tribe is on easy street. as prolific, say, as the Red Sox or the Astros or the Yankees. Cleveland's going to be a very dangerous team in the postseason with that starting rotation.
Sean Rodriguez takes what could have been called a strike, but it was dropped by Contreras, and it's ball one. Rodriguez with a key error in the first inning. Now 1-1. So he's reunited with Chris Archer, his former Rays teammate. Struggling when he's been healthy this year, hitting just 169. He cuts and misses.
A little bit better of late.
.6'4", 205-pound Cole Hamels. And the other new guy should be here and is available tonight as Rodriguez strikes out. Brandon Kinsler. First strikeout early on for Hamels.
He is 51st all-time in strikeouts. Been playing this game for a long time. That's impressive. He's just behind Max Scherzer and just ahead of a Hall of Famer Early Wynn on the all-time strikeout list. Wins among active left-handers. Ever notice we never talk about the right-handers in that regard? We always single out the lefties.
Yeah. You say that with some disdain. I get it.
Because, well, among all pitchers, that group of guys is up there among the top winners.
Two and one. Jordy Mercer, who's hit in 9 straight. This is his 800th major league game.
Mercer, not a power hitter, but he's got a little pop in his bat, and you enhance that when you put him in a 3-1 count.
Against a lefty. Ball 4.
Through that one. This Friday, Cubs Padres, a today game. First pitch is at 1:20, and up to the first 5,000 early, arriving at 21 and older in the Budweiser bleachers, receives a Cub umbrella hat presented by Budweiser. For tickets and details, visit Cubs.com/Fridays.
Brault can handle the bat a little bit. He's 3 for 15 this year, 222 in his career, and he bunts foul.
Yeah, so having said that, I'm surprised he's bunting here with 1 out in the inning already, down 5 runs.
Yep.
The guy's capable. Again, probably not going to do much against Hamels with a lefty out there, but
swings away with Baez right in his grill. 0-2.
Now that might even been the strategy from Clint Hurdle. Let's go ahead, show bunt, and then try a little slug bunt because the Cubs defend the bunt so aggressively. I don't know if we have a shot.
He curled into foul territory as that ball got into the hitting zone.
He was blitzing, Javi was, and when he saw Brault pull the bat back as if to swing, he watched. This is fun. He's like, I'm going to come and defend this bunt, but if he swings, I'm getting out of Dodge.
Kicks away, and Mercer will advance, so no reason to bunt now. With the runner at second and 1 out. This has not been the most cleanly played game early on, has it?
No, and that's one, Wilson probably should just try to block that one instead of picking it. He loves it because the ball in the dirt that he picks, it really presents opportunities for him to make plays with back picks and things like that. But if you knock that one down and keep it in front, you probably prevent the advance and keep a double play in order.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Brault will back out of the box. Luplow is on deck. Here it comes. 3-2.
He really has the ability to command the bottom of the strike zone with his fastball and his changeup. And Chris Cuccione is probably wasn't a strike, but it's borderline. You see it on our pitch cast there. If he was generous down there, boy, Hamels would really be able to exploit that.
Swing and a miss. So he took that real tough 2-2 pitch to get to 3-2. That last one was way out of the zone, but he had that 3-2 anxiety.
Yeah, and he also got a changeup from Hamels. And how often do you see that? Left on left with a pitcher in the batter's box, and he throws him a changeup. Speaks to how confident he is in that pitch.
Luplow got on via the error by Russell. Later scored on the Cervelli single in the first inning. His 6th start in left in their last 7 games. Corey Dickerson is on the DL with a hamstring strain. The Pirates have already used 11 different leadoff hitters. That has tied their modern day club record for a single season.
Well, he's got some pop. There's a couple home runs at the big league level this year, but 23 as a minor leaguer last year. He was the Pirates minor league player of the year. He's got a pretty good idea of the strike zone as well.
Hamels set. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a strike. We're just coming down. The Giants have announced Johnny Cueto will have Tommy John surgery tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounded like that was going to happen. His last start, he wasn't throwing very hard at all, and then Bruce Bochy, his comments yesterday or the day before, seemed to be that's where it was headed.
That potentially puts most of next year in jeopardy for Cueto.
That's why there was some speculation that the Giants all of a sudden would go into sell mode, and there was some talk about trading Andrew McCutchen. And it's a game better than 500. They're 5 back in the National League West, but they're trailing 3 clubs.
Diamondbacks back in first. A half game ahead of the Rockies and the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Rockies, man, they've been hot.
Swing and a miss. Hamels gets through 2 with a 6-1 lead in Pittsburgh. Responsibly. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser. Beautiful setting here in Pittsburgh, and the Cubs looking for a series split, leading 6-1 as they bat in the third inning. One on Addison Russell. Be a losing road trip. The Cubs are 1-3 so far. Salvaged the finale in St. Louis Sunday night. Trying to do the same tonight here in Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Well, 4-game set over the weekend with the Padres, then off to Kansas City for 3. So those two teams collectively are 40-plus games below 500. Doesn't mean you're going to win them all. Baseball being baseball. But 40 chances.
Well, let's see. Kansas City is 33-73.
Oh, I mean, you have 40-some games out of first place is what I meant to say. Yeah.
26, 66 games under 500.
Yeah, that's more impressive than 25 and 18 is 43 and a half games out of first place. But that's what's down the road. Forward the Pods, and then off to Kansas City for some barbecue, and then back home for the Nats, who've won 2 in a row.
And Padres with a rare off day on a Wednesday. So they're already in Chicago. They've dropped 7 in a row. That's foul.
Ooh, tough hop down there.
Hey, Chicagoland viewers, it's time for the Subway third inning triple play promotion. Text Subway to 97999. Right now, 300th texter wins a $30 gift card to a Subway restaurant in the Chicagoland area. Subway, so much sandwich. A pop-up near the plate, and Cervelli hits the clamps on out number 2.
Speaking of the Nationals, because we were speaking about them because we showed that we're going to play them soon, to see what transpired there in that blowout win over the Mets. Sean Kelly had to come in and pitch because somebody had to pitch. And he gave up the home run, and check this out. Spikes the glove, glares into the dugout.
This is in a 25-4 win.
Yeah, and designated for assignment today by Mike Rizzo. Met with the press, and he said, you're either in it or in the way. And he determined that Kelly was in the way with his behavior there. And some rumblings over there with some of the bullpen guys, and not happy with the way Davey has used them, or maybe the communication. But when you have a team with high expectations that's not fulfilling those expectations, there's going to be some noise.
Yep.
Or at least the potential to have that go down.
3-0 on Zobrist, already on twice, 2 for 2, and has scored both times. Three and 1.
3-0 Leo there from Chris Cuccione. It's all right. Zoe wants to hit. We can hit a line drive somewhere.
Kelly will get picked up. He was pitching pretty well. And Zobrist walks.
On Sunday the 5th, it's Cubs Padres again at 1:20, and up to the first 5,000 early arriving kids 13 and younger will receive Cubs baseball wristbands presented by MasterCard after the game. The first 1,000 13 and younger have the opportunity to run the bases. Of course, weather permitting. Tickets still available at Cubs.com.
Happy retirement, Jack and Ginny Coutinho will be celebrating their retirement tomorrow. Foul strike on Jason Hayward. 0-2.
Route like the Hamels in the San Diego area, SoCal guy, Rosemont High School, and then Regis University in Denver. He's the lead singer for a San Diego-based band called the Street Gypsies.
All tatted up.
Yeah, I believe he performed in musicals when he was in college. He's a talented guy. Whoa, 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 hang on. He got dinged. Cervelli quick to react there. Cioni might have gone down. It'll take a while here to gather himself. That was a direct blow. We mentioned Cervelli's been through this a few times, so he knows what that concussion is all about. Just tremendously quick reactions. Trying to make a determination whether he's going to stay in the game, stay behind the plate. You don't want to mess around with that. Jerry Meals in the glasses there is the crew chief.
So much better now, making sure guys are all right after they get hit like that. If he does remain in the game, there no doubt will keep a very close watch on him. And that appears to be the case. By the way, earlier this season, Stephen Brault sang the national anthem here at PNC Park.
Talk about a two-way player.
Yeah.
Dwight Smith, right?
Tony Beasley. Longtime Major League coach. Ground ball, another one for Hayward. Zobrist on his way to third, and he'll be held there. Hayward with his second double and a carbon copy of the first one.
Yeah, he kind of sticks his butt out and just throws the barrel at it. Rod Carew action right there.
He needed it, you know. He came in hitting 179 over his last 12, so he hasn't hit the ball hard tonight, but knocked in a run in the first on a ground out. Two seeing eye doubles to the opposite field. Baez takes ball one.
And that's the thing when you shift, and all kinds of evidence to suggest that they should shift him. He does pull the ball on the ground to the right side a lot, but when you play off the line like that, the risk is you're giving up not just a hit, but a two-base hit.
Going into play tonight, he's got 83. Picking up one in the first inning. And now has driven in 9 on this road trip.
Last time they opted to intentionally walk him in this situation. Second and third and base open.
They might do it if it goes to a 3-ball count. Swing and a miss. Ian Happ on deck. This is the 3rd time through the order, and we're in the 3rd inning. Starter Kingham with just 1 inning on 51 pitches.
It's the kind of game, if you're playing in the field, it would be very easy to lose your focus.
What was that? Outside.
I'm just
3-2.
I'm just preparing everybody for the time I forget how many outs there are. Cheer for the 2-out sacrifice fly.
Takes the unintentional one. So Happ, who has been on twice, hit by pitch and a bases loaded walk. Ray Searage will make a visit. And Chris Guccione is going to check again with one of the Pirates athletic trainers, and he might be done.
Yeah, I think he's got some. Like he was indicating that his balance, he just feels a little wobbly, out of focus.
Yep.
Yeah.
The amount of concentration required for that job. There's just no sense of taking any chances. So, I'm sure do all of the requisite concussion tests. And we hope Chris Guccione is okay. And one of the other umpires will have to don the gear. Looks like Jerry Meals will do it. And this will take a bit. I'm not sure. Not the Meals. He worked home plate last night.
You know, way back in the day, in the early days, early 1900s, it wasn't uncommon for umpires not to show up, and players would have to do the umpiring.
I think it's Ed Hickox who will work home plate. Hey, Fallout Boys coming home to play Wrigley Field Saturday, September 8th. With special guests Rise Against and Machine Gun Kelly. Don't miss out on the final concert of the season at beautiful Wrigley Field. Tickets are on sale now at Cubs.com/concerts. So who would you nominate if you had to have a player call balls and strikes?
Tommy La Stella. He can do it all. Well, today's August 1st, right?
Yes.
So soon they will be awarding the player and pitchers of the month for each league. Here are some worthy candidates. Among them, Javi Baez. My guess is Matt Carpenter is going to win with all the home runs, and look at his on-base slugging. Most impressive, Christian Yelich as well, and batting .400. You know who Yelich looks like a little bit? Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live.
Good call. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. We have a delay as home plate umpire Chris Guccione has left the game after taking a foul ball to the mask earlier. Ed Hickox.
We had not long ago. Kerwin Danley took a foul ball off the mask, and I believe he didn't work the next day, correct?
He was scheduled to be off anyway the next day, but yeah, he took a foul ball.
Wobbling too, yeah.
The Cardinals series out of the break. Very strange start to this game. Cubs scored 4 times in the first inning off the starter Nick Kingham.
This becomes a challenge for Brault, who's been standing out there just kind of waiting. Again, Cole Hamels will be in the dugout for another extended period of time before he gets back to the mound.
.149 pitches have been thrown in this game.
Well, if you were scheduled to pick up any of the Cubs traveling party tonight, you might want to come a little bit later than planned. Good thing we got a night game tomorrow.
Good time to remind Cub fans to check out the Cubs blog at WGNTV.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com. or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Cole Hamels with a big lead, but right now some idle time.
You know how to do the Cotton Eye Joe?
I do not.
That's what they're playing here in the ballpark. And people are dancing. That's not the Cotton Eye Joe. See the clip from, I believe it was San Diego the other night, when the mom and dad were dancing in the stands?
No.
They were up on the big board, and the teenage son was just mortified that his parents were dancing up a storm. This is the anniversary of Pete Rose's 44-game hitting streak coming to an end. It was in Atlanta. Larry McWilliams was the starter. Gene Garber was out there at the end of the ball game. He had hit 44 consecutive games. And then Garber was able to punch him out. I believe it was an 0 for 5 that night for Pete. But the Atlanta fans, I saw a clip on this earlier today. The Atlanta fans were giving huge ovations. They had a little ceremony. They handed him some flowers and really paid tribute to the hit king. That was creating quite a stir as he got fairly close to Joe D's 56.
Mentioned earlier, Brandon Kinsler is here and available tonight. And a tough day for Randy Rosario. The Cubs really didn't have a lot of good options. And because he's optionable, he was sent back to AAA Iowa. And nothing he did or didn't do. It's just the Cubs have the numbers game they have to adhere to. So Kinsler is in the mix after being acquired from the Nationals. Now Brault will take a few warm-up tosses. He's just kind of been standing around here for the last 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll take a quick break. Cubs have the bases loaded, 2 outs, 3rd inning, 6-1 they lead. We'll be back.
While you watch at home, Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Escape your everyday. Shop The Great Escape.
So Ed Hickox, who was at second base, will now work the plate for the remainder of the night. Because Puccioni didn't get through 5, I don't believe he can qualify for the win. And we certainly hope he's okay. And we appreciate that he was honest about it. A lot of guys are trying to battle their way through. So 3-man crew the rest of the way. Ian Happ, a fly ball to the left. And Luplow will make the catch. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, 6-1 Cubs. Lead before he threw a pitch. In fact, he batted in the 1st inning before he took the mound.
He's And all of his weapons working here tonight. The changeup, which has been his signature pitch throughout his career, has been really good, generating swings and misses. He struck out 5 already. 6 outs recorded, 5 via the punch out, all swinging. 35 times in his career he's had 10 or more in a game. 15 is his single game high.
Well, we said it when he was acquired. The Cubs need innings out of their starters. And you see over the last month plus, they have struggled to an ERA of almost 6 since June 20th.
Yeah, so for the longest time the narrative was they just need innings. They needed quantity. Now they're looking for a little more quality out of everybody in that rotation. Looks like he's going to be able to provide a boost. Hendricks was outstanding last time out. Darvish threw a bullpen yesterday and said he was pain-free. That's good news.
Hangs over his head and a 2-2, and Marte got clipped. Fastball got him. He gets hit a lot.
And Hamels will work hard inside the right-handed hitters. That helps set up that fading changeup. Whether it's the four-seamer or cutter in. This one just grazes Marte.
Well, a graze and a beating are the same things in terms of the scoring. It's a base runner with nobody out. It always feels like when Rizzo gets hit, it's much more flush. Swing and a miss by Polanco. That's the 91st career hit by pitch for Marte. Rizzo has been hit 10 times in this ballpark. For his overall career, 113 times. They got Marte picked off. He's out at second. That's huge.
Yeah, Hamels for a left-hander has been fairly easy to run on in his career because of the big leg kick, but Marte going on first move, and Hamels crossed him up because he wasn't heading home. He was coming to first.
Just interesting they were running in the first place. Down 5, although it is early. Polanco backed off the plate on a curveball. Cubs are happy to have Hamels and not have him face them. 5-1 with a 1.74 career ERA against the Cubs in 9 starts, including the 2015 no-hitter in his last start as a Philly. 2 down, 3rd inning. What do we have here? Catcher's interference.
Well, if you're playing baseball bingo tonight, you're going to check all the boxes.
Polanco did not look back.
There he did.
Okay. Well, he didn't look back in the first shot. I can only analyze what I see. 1-0 on freeze. Yeah, so we've had some errors. We had a caught stealing where the guy was safe. We've had bases loaded walks. We've had a couple of hit batters. A catcher's interference. Unfortunately, we lost the home plate umpire. We took a foul ball off the mask. A 51 pitch first inning.
How about a 6-4-3? We haven't had one of those yet, have we?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Atta baby.
I'm going to let you throw it to break since you called it.
Hey, we'll be right back. Cubs lead.
Cubs lead is Kyle Schwarber. Lines to Luplow. The ball took off. The fourth inning is brought to you by Wendy's 4 for $4. Now with more choices than ever at participating locations for a limited time.
I like the look of Contreras in the box here the last couple of days. See him going on a little run, doing some damage.
Well, we've added to this game a predicted 6-4-3 double play.
Our bingo game.
One and two.
It's going to be interesting now with this legalized gambling coming up, what that's going to look like. In terms of the kind of bets people will be able to make.
Yeah. Ground ball up the middle. Maybe a deflection by Brault. As Rodriguez makes the play.
Yeah, it looked like he took a little steam off of that ball. I think Contreras hit it pretty well. So will people be able to sit in the stands with a their phone or some kind of device in their hands, and I got 35-1 odds he's going to hit a home run right here, and you can place a bet on it. I don't know.
I'm hearing Calliope music from a boat on the river.
I think you're hearing.
Rodriguez will throw late. Cole Hamels has a hit in his Cubs debut. He's 1 for 3.
That on your card, pitcher knock. And more than adequate with the bat in his hands during his time as a National Leaguer.
Cubs have not been retired in order tonight. One and one on Russell.
Marte really shading him towards right center now. Punching that gap.
Hit hard and through for a base hit. Back-to-back 2-out hits. And Rizzo will now bat for the 4th time, and we're in the 4th inning.
Fifteen base runners for the Cubs already tonight.
Rizzo waves at ball 1. Let's see who's going places. Brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. We will be right back here 2 weeks from tomorrow for a 4-game weekend series. And Rizzo, I'm sure, will be happy about that. Terry Muscat just tweeting that that's Cole Hamels' first hit since July 17th, 2016 at Wrigley Field while he was with Texas. He joked, I always pitch well when it's against the Cubs or Joe Madden is in the ballpark. World Series MVP for the Phillies against the Rays in 2008. Right field, and it is foul.
Yeah, I believe wasn't that the line that Joe used when the trade was announced? I haven't liked this guy for a long time because he's done so well against his clubs. There's a list of no-hitters versus the Cubs all time.
So Hamels and Frazier pitching for the Cubs after no-hitting them. Fred Toney pitched for the Cubs before he no-hit them with the Cincinnati Reds.
That was the double no-hitter game.
Yep. Deep right center. Marte and Polanco. It'll be Polanco to make the grab. And the Cubs do not score in the 4th, but they've scored a bunch. It's 6-1. The Cubs checking, and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card. Only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Cole Hamels facing Francisco Cervelli. RBI single in the opening inning. The only Pirate run so far.
Yeah, he had a nice at bat. Went to deep count. I believe it was a 3-2 changeup. He hit into center field. So if he's going to stay back on the changeup, show him a little gas inside.
High and away, and it's 3-1.
It was the first round pick of the Phillies, 2002. He was number 17 overall that year. And Lester went in the second round of that year's draft.
Whistle foul to left.
Two picks before Hamels is Zach Greinke was drafted. The Pirates had the overall #1 pick that year. The fellow by the name of Brian Bonington. He's never really panned out for him.
Did not work out well. Cervelli draws the walk.
The Chef Series presented by Maker's Mark offers fans a dynamic menu inspired by celebrity chefs and their take on ballpark favorites. The next featured chef is Matthias Merges from Mordecai, whose American cuisine and signature cocktails will be featured during this weekend's San Diego Series. For details, Cubs.com/Chef Series.
Hamels admitted that it's been a struggle for him this season mechanically. Likes the clean slate with a new team. Talking with Jim Hickey before the game, he said, especially the first couple of starts, we'll let him dictate how things go, and then he said he's good in terms of the communication. If he needs stuff from us, we'll give it to him as we go, and to certainly trust a guy like Hamels to know what he's doing to get people out.
Yeah, and I think what happens is, obviously you do your due diligence before you make this trade. And you have a scout on him. I'm sure they watched the last number of starts. One, you're checking for velocity. You're looking for any indications that something's bothering him physically. And once you get beyond that, then you start to game plan a little bit. Okay, this guy's having a tough go of it here lately. What do we see when we look at the video? Is it pitch mix? Is it pitch mix? Is it just a location? Is it just the randomness of baseball? Again, we talked about pitching in Arlington, the way the ball jumps out of there in the heat of the summer. I'm sure they've got some ideas of what they think he could do to be better. But yeah, you don't first start with a new club. For a guy with his resume, you don't start jamming a bunch of information and say, here's what we think you need to do. Just go pitch, and then we'll go from there.
There's his number 35, Lester Strode. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He's now wearing 00. Lester had 35 and now is the first Cub uniformed member to wear 00. The bullpen coach.
And again, the devastating changeup getting the job done. Strikeout number 6 for Hamels, who was, for the first couple of months of the year was fine. It's just lately been 11.12 earned run average through 4 July starts. He had a 334 in June, a 320 in May.
102. Rodriguez misses wide. 8 times Hamels has had a 200 inning season.
A couple of times in this inning his backside has broken down on him a little bit.
Strike one. 3-1 on Rodriguez. And for Josh Harrison tonight at second base.
Late rain falling here.
Fouled out of play off to the right. 3-2. It's not raining hard enough to send many of the fans to head for cover.
No, these fans are hardy folk here in Steel City. Rodriguez started his career with the Angels. I don't know if I remember him with the Angels. Then a run with Tampa Bay before coming to Pittsburgh in 2015. After the 16 season was with the Braves. Remember, he was in that real bad car accident. Came back, played 15 games with the Braves last year before being traded to the Pirates. Traded for a guy by the name of Connor Joe. Not Joe Connor.
Connor Joe.
Connor,
Yeah.
last name Joe.
Called strike 3. Fastball.
If you tell yourself you're not going to be fooled by the changeup, it's tough to react to the fastball. It's easy to get caught in between, and it was a well-placed heater. 7 strikeouts. I wonder what the record is for strikeouts in a Cub debut.
Well, Jose Quintana had 12.
Ooh, that's right.
In Baltimore last July. I don't remember if that was the club record or not. But we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm going to imagine someone's going to dig that up.
Vince Lonel is all over it. One strike on Mercer. Here's the pitch. Just missed. Well, this next pitch will be number 80, and we're only in the 4th inning. But with a big lead, you might not need to push Hamels too deep tonight. Certainly want him coming out of the game feeling good about himself, but you'd also like to get him through 5 for sure.
And he's working with extra rest. Last pitched on the 23rd. He's against the Oaklands. That one did not go well. He gave up 7. As I mentioned, his last 3 or 4 starts, the numbers not good. So this has been very very positive the way he's throwing the ball here tonight.
A's won again today. Oakland is 64 and 46. Leaning a little harder. Pulled right to Baez on a liner. 4 innings in the books. Cubs 6, Pirates 1.
Series at Gallagher Way presents their third show Thursday, August 9th. Feature country rock fix with Blackberry Smoke, followed by the mix of blues, funk, soul, and rock from J.J. Gray and Mofro. Tickets are only $30 and are available right now at GallagherWay.com/events. We got a major league debut. This is right-hander Alex McRae. He was up earlier with the Pirates but did not pitch. 25 years old from West Allis, Wisconsin. 10th round pick of the Pirates in 2014 out of Jacksonville University. AAA Indianapolis this year. He was 3-8 with a .476 ERA in 20 appearances. 18 starts and a couple of times out of the pen. So no doubt some extra jitters going on for Mr. McRae right now. 6'2", 220. He's going to deal with Zobrist, Hayward, and Baez here in the Cubs' fifth. Rain steady, but nothing that would interrupt the game right now. Pirate pitchers have been behind in the count all night long.
Hit hard. Oh, what a pick by Osuna. Zobrist hit it right on the button at 4 and out.
You know, not hitting the ball out of the ballpark. But remember when Matt Carpenter was doing all that damage in Wrigley, we were talking that we hadn't seen a hitter locked in like that in a long time. That's kind of where Zoe is right now, man. He is not missing, especially from the left side.
When you're struggling, you're always 0-2. When you're going the way Zobrist is, it's always 2-0.
Yeah, and because he's not a big home run hitter, you know, he gets some challenge fastballs in those counts, and again, he's all over it.
So Alex McRae, he is from the Milwaukee area. Went to Eisenhower High School in New Berlin, Wisconsin. Jacksonville University.
I believe they're the Dolphins.
Sounds right. On the outfield grass, it's Rodriguez to get Jason Hayward.
Hit pretty well too. So Hayward with a couple of soft doubles the other way. This time pulls it on the ground. I forgot to check where Freese was playing it. Imagine he was a little closer to the third baseline. You know, people in the know around here talking about the Chris Archer deal that the Pirates made. But a lot of the reason for the deal was not just the baseball side, but the business side. They're drawing 18,000 per game. It's 26 among the 30 big league clubs. And a lot of folks disenchanted when they traded Garrett Cole and Andrew McCutcheon away. So there's a lot of anti-Pirate vibe going on in the city. And yep, so this was a way the Pirates said, look, we're not cashing it in. We're still trying. Paid a pretty heavy price. Austin Meadows and Tyler Glasnow, two really talented young players.
Yeah, you wonder what the walk-up will be. That ball blistered to right. And Polanco will collect it. Baez has a double.
It's kind of expect them to just keep running sometimes on a ball like that, just assuming they're going to throw it over somebody's head.
There's a shield around him.
Fourth time he's been on base tonight. Reached on there, drove in a run, intentional walk, regular old walk, and now an off-field double.
fastball in there on Ian Happ. Here comes the 0-1. This is outside. So the last 3 innings, starting in the 3rd, first 2 men have been retired, and then the Cubs extending it. And a 2-out base runner. Fouled it off himself. 1-2 on the Pittsburgh native.
Asked Ian recently, when growing up, he was such a good athlete. Did you play football or hoops? He said, no, baseball and golf.
Baez with a great read. Big secondary lead. Ball hit dirt. He took off. He's being credited with a stolen base.
It's such a huge secondary, but I don't think his plan was to go.
No, and I don't think it was a steal, but because he was charged with a caught stealing earlier, he earned that one. So that's his 20th. As Happ strikes out. So McRae in his major league debut with a scoreless inning here in the 5th. 6-1 Cubs. No steal for Baez. Change it to a wild pitch. And Alex McRae retired by Ian Happ, and I hope Ian's all right. McRae in his big league debut bidding for a hit in his first at bat, and Happ got up very cautiously after making that catch.
Yeah, hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him and nothing more. Beautiful play by Happ. And McRae was a two-way player in college.
He got his shoulder kind of in an awkward spot.
And he was well positioned. About his athleticism last half, and there he puts it on full display. Last night he threw a man out at home plate from left field.
So nice defensive play to start the bottom of the fifth. And it's Jordan Luplow. Curve strike on the outside corner. Catch probability according to StatCast was 1 in 3. One ball, one strike.
Pirates have the Cardinals here this weekend. Cardinals playing the Rockies tonight. Kyle Freeland, Luke Weaver pitching in that matchup.
Line drive just fouled to right.
Tell you what, Kyle Freeland better get some Cy Young Award votes. He's having a heck of a year. He's got a 2 and change ERA in his home ballpark out there in Denver.
Nine and 6 with a 3.13 through 21 starts.
Weaver's out after 2 2/3. Daniel Ponce de Leon has entered the ball game for the Cardinals. 2-0 Rockies lead.
Hamels back to work. Called strike 3.
Such an intelligent pitcher. You know, once you establish that changeup and get all those swings and misses, guys become vulnerable to the inside fastball. They're protecting it soft, they're thinking middle away, and it's difficult to pull the trigger on the heater. Even though that was 91, he's throwing 94, 95 early. Maybe starting to fatigue a little bit. Again, even though he's been around a long time, he's had a great career. A lot of extra adrenaline on a night like tonight.
Contreras calls him off. Throw gets past Rizzo, and Marte will head to second. I'm guessing
should be single error.
Single error. Yep.
So quick, bouncing out from behind home plate. Not many guys are going to have a chance to make that play.
Polanco reached on catcher's interference his last time up. Both teams now committing multiple errors in this game. The Cubs have been charged with 3, including that catcher's interference. 2 of the errors to Contreras tonight.
It's always something going on the river. Last night we had helicopters. Maneuvers going on. Military helicopters buzzing up and down the river. Now we got the old stern wheeler out there.
Off the end of the bat, foul. 1-2.
Blanco 229 against left-handed pitching this year. The home run he hit off Justin Wilson last night, his 4th off a left-hander. He's got 19 overall. Putting together a solid year. Production for the outfield has been really good for the Pirates. Marte and Polanco and Dickerson, who's currently on the disabled list.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Hamels through 5 can qualify for the win. He's got 9 strikeouts tonight. Chicago fans. Kyle Schwarber takes ball one.
Looks like Cole Hamels' night is over after 5 innings. Nice chat there with Wilson Contreras.
Yeah, seemed happy.
Yeah, and he should be. It was really good. It's only one put out by an outfielder. A lot of punch outs, ground ball outs, plenty of swing and miss. That looked like the Cole Hamels that we used to see years ago.
U.S. most strikeouts in a Cub debut. Going back to 1913, Jose Quintana and Matt Garza, both with 12. In the air, foul. Third base side out of play.
1 out of 3 tonight. Hit it very hard to left field last time he was up there.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Folks, check out the variety of luxury premier options that Wrigley Field has to offer for your next client, corporate, or family function, like ... the all-inclusive Fannie Mae suite located in center field. Visit Cubs.com/premier for an option that fits your needs. See another newbie.
Brandon Kinsler on his birthday. .34 years old today. 0-2. A bullet into the left field corner. Contreras around first, on his way to second base. Third time he's been on. Look at our Ford drive of the game.
Yeah, he looks hitterish tonight. He looks very comfortable in the batter's box. Drops the head on this one for his second hit of the night. First one was a little slow roller. He's also taking a walk.
One unearned run allowed by Cole Hamels in his debut as Tommy La Stella off the bench takes a strike on a fastball. Pretty good for Hamels against a hot offense. And La Stella gets plunked.
They just keep moving the line. 6 runs, 10 hits. They've left 11 men on base.
Oh, 2 on Russell. Major league debut for Alex McRae. Rizzo next. Now full count. Grinding at bats tonight by the Cubs against this Pirates staff. Kingham, Brault, and McRae. Equipment issue for Cervelli.
Got so many pitches tonight, he needs a new glove.
Contreras a runner at second. LaStella at first. 3-2 to Russell's in the dirt. Ball 4.
Hey, look at that. The Cubs have the bases loaded. Pirates have thrown 155 pitches. We're in the 6th inning.
With 1 out.
Brault's line tonight, 3 innings, 5 hits, a couple of runs. He walked 5, 1 intentional, had a strikeout.
Cubs leading by 5, trying to add on.
Well, this is a precarious situation for the rookie right-hander.
One and one. Softly rolled to the third baseman Freeze, and he'll get Rizzo at first. Anthony gets an RBI. Contreras scores at 7-1. Second and third, 2 outs.
Cubs have done a lot with a little at times tonight. Just putting the ball in play. And 4 in the first. Only hit 1 ball out of the infield.
Zobrist doubled in the first, scored, singled in the second, scored, walked in the third, and retired on a nice play by Osuna, the first baseman, in the 5th.
Yeah, hit a bullet. Here come the helicopters are back. Yeah, I wouldn't want to hit while that was going on. Concentration. It's kind of eerie sitting here in the ballpark because they're hardly lit up. cruising on by. How you doing, fellas?
In the air, out in the deep center, and it will be caught. Marte on the warning track. Cubs flying high in Pittsburgh, leading 7-1 in the 6th. Right at the trade deadline from the Washington Nationals. Really good story. A 40th round pick of the Padres 2004. He was out of baseball a couple of years later. Had to make his way back via independent league ball and eventually made his major league debut with Milwaukee in 2010. This is his 9th season in the major leagues.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive story, and we saw a whole bunch of him when he was with the Brewers. Spent time last year between the Twins and the Nats. Was an all-star for Minnesota and then was traded to Washington. About 80% fastball, and most of those sinkers. He also has a changeup and a slider.
And a strike on David Freese. Brandon is from Las Vegas. Went to Dixie State College of Utah. There's that sinking action, blowing in.
Well, he's been good of late. Isn't there a story when he was out of the game, he was working a lot of different jobs, and one of them included scooping ice cream, and that he helped develop the strength in his shoulder? There's some story like that.
I know he worked in the ticket office when he was pitching in Winnipeg in the Northern League one off season. Zobrist will throw to Rizzo in time to get Freese, who was busting it down the line.
I wonder if he played for Hal Lanier. Hal managed up in Winnipeg, an independent club, for a number of years.
Cervelli.
Cubs have had a lot of come from behind wins this year. Nice to have a nice little no drama 8-2 W, something like that.
Might need a new glove. That glove has that Nationals look, doesn't it? Red laces. Ground ball. Russell can't get it, and Cervelli is on again. 2 hits and a walk.
Manage your dream team in franchise mode, plus get weekly stats, roster updates, and more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. So, you know, we talked about the ground ball rate. His ground ball rate is not as high this year as it normally is, but still a good bit above league average. And with the Cubs infield defense, that should be a very good fit.
Osuna turned away, but it caught the inside sliver or strike. Oh, 2. Now 1-2. That is a fair ball. Contreras thought about second. Smart play. That's how big innings can open up when you make an ill-advised throw with a 7-1 lead.
Yeah,
to do that.
He has to fight. His instinct is to always make the tough play, nail the lead runner. Sometimes you got to check down and just hit that guy out in the flats a little bit. Take the sure thing. Get first down and move on.
You're ready for the Hall of Fame game.
When's that?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Bears are playing tomorrow.
oh.
That's to Brian Urlacher, new Hall of Famer. 1 strike to Rodriguez. He struck out both times versus Hamels. There's that sinker on the hands of the right-handed hitter.
Comes off that high set, stays tall on his back leg. Upper 3/4, high 3/4 arm slot allows him to get on top of that ball and create that good sinking action. It's a little bit like Bud Norris, the way he comes set.
Oh, beautiful pitch on the outskirts of the zone. Slider, swing and a miss. Inning over. 7-1 after 6. Brought to you by Budweiser. Ram jam. First pitch swinging, and Hayward fouls. 7-1, Cubs lead, 7th inning. Swing and a miss on a let up. Hayward has doubled twice in 4 trips. McRae into his motion. The pitch is way off the inside. He struck him out. And we'll step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Stay tuned. Right after the ball game, it's the WGN News. Look at those numbers for Baez. Already a career high in RBIs.
Yeah, it's interesting because we brought up the Javi as a MVP candidate a while ago, and read other people who've talked about that, and I've seen some people very dismissive of Baez as an MVP.
I think the on-base percentage is what gets those people.
Well, sure, and that's a legitimate point to be made, but I don't think it's enough to take him out of that conversation when you consider the whole package.
Yeah, let's say he steals 30 bases. It's 30 home runs. It's up an OPS in the 900s, and the Cubs win the division.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Value on the bases and in the field. I mean, again, I'm not saying that he's a front runner, but he's certainly in the conversation. Tyler Glasnow, who was traded to the Rays in the Chris Archer deal, made the start for Tampa tonight. He went 3 innings.
Base hit to center. He's been on all 5 times. Reached on an error in the first. 2 walks, a double, and now a single.
Single double home run in the ball game last night. He beats this sinker into the ground, but firmly and on through.
All 1.5. Lefties tomorrow night at Wrigley Field. Robbie Erlin and Mike Montgomery. Throw first. Baez back in time.
Sounds like a matchup of country artists. Mike Montgomery and Robbie Erlin.
Padres recently put Luis Perdomo on the disabled list. Lined and a double play. 6-3 on the line out twin killing. Will stretch in Pittsburgh. All Cubs tonight. Cubs 7, Pirates 1. Newcomer night. Hamels went 5. Kinsler in his second inning of work. And the batter is Jordy Mercer. And he looks at a fastball low and outside. Swing and a miss. Carl Edwards Jr. getting loose. Adam Frazier on deck. Wide one that time, 2-2. Cubs got 4 in the first, 2 more in the second, added 1 in the sixth. That's Richard Rodriguez. Popped into short right. And it'll be Hayward leaving his feet as Zobrist put up his arms at the last second. I don't think he could find it. And Hayward makes the grab.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Yeah, was only warning. So I guess he knew the general direction, but didn't actually have a beat on it. See Hayward calling, putting it away.
Here's the pinch hitter, Frazier. Takes a strike. Kinsler might get a chance to face his former team next weekend as the Nationals will be at Wrigley Field.
Nats beat the Mets 5-3 this afternoon.
I still wouldn't be shocked if they win that division.
Tommy Malone over Noah Syndergaard.
Marlins and Braves were washed out in Atlanta. Nobody has run away with it. Two from Kinsler. Working right now with a 3-man umpiring crew after Chris Guccione had to leave in the top of the 3rd inning. Shortly after he was hit very hard in the mask by a foul ball. Ball 4. Well, 9 o'clock back home in Chicago, and if you're waiting for the news, it will come at you right following the ball game tonight. That will be it for Kinsler. Joel will make a move. Pitching change, 1 out, bottom 7. We're right back to Pittsburgh. Glory Ram. 4-game homestand. Padres and Cubs. Night game tomorrow, and then 1:21 pitch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll have Sunday's game right here on WGN. Albert Almora into the game to play center. He'll hit in the 8th spot in the batting order, and it'll be appearance number 34 for Carl Edwards Jr.
The second one on this trip. He worked Sunday in St. Louis, pitched an inning, a lot of hit, no runs, a walk, a strikeout. Cubs are going to tread carefully with Carl, try to limit the back-to-backs. Spent time on the DL earlier this year.
Career whip under 1. He doesn't give up many hits. Loop low. A whiff for strike 1. Runner at first, 1 out.
Seen the curveball a little bit more often from Carl in recent outings.
High fly ball out of the deep center, and the guy who just came in will grab it for the out. We'll bring up Marte, who's been on 3 times tonight, 2 singles and a hit by pitch. Out to the upper deck.
Having a little issue with his leg, maybe tight.
Powered a fastball by him.
It's so explosive. He gets such good spin on that 4-seam fastball. Opposing batters hitting 190 against Edwards.
And he's got him set up for the curveball. Nothing but heat so far in this at bat. Couldn't get him to go after it. Frazier at first. He walked against Kinsler. And fly ball center field. Almora tracking. And on the back pedal. That will end the inning. I guess somebody on Twitter said we should broadcast from the Tiki Hut.
Absolutely we should.
Hey, all right, I'll see you out there.
guy, Cole Hamels, who was outstanding tonight, struck out 9-7 swinging. Changeup was spot on. He picked off Marte. Got himself a knock. Had a big double play ball when he needed it. And in his Cubs debut, he was certainly impactful. Wrap your hand around the original Italian beef of the Chicago Cubs at one of the 25 corner locations. There are the numbers: 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. A couple of walks, 9 punch outs. Generated a lot of swings and misses.
Richard Rodriguez, a strike on Kyle Schwarber. The Iowa Cubs had a perfect game working tonight against Salt Lake. Rob Zastryzny in relief of Alec Mills. Perfect through 7. And they lead 2-0. Adam Frazier playing left. Kyle held up 1-2. Now it's 3-0 Iowa.
Pitcher number 4 for the Pirates, Alex McRae, making his major league debut, was good. 3 innings, 3 hits, a run. He walked 1, struck out 3.
A fly to left. Frazier will run out of room. 18,600 the paid crowd tonight here at PNC Park. Three-2 to Schwarber. Rodriguez home, and that one's swatted into right. His second hit of the evening.
Cuts off that running fastball and lashes it to right. 2 out of 5 for Schwarber tonight. Reading a story on Sean Kelly, who we showed the video of him yesterday pitching for the Nationals against the Mets, spiking his glove and glaring into the Nationals dugout. Now he's trying to defend himself here today. He apologized after the game for his actions. He said he was not frustrated with Davey or the club. He was frustrated with the umpires. Boy, that's a good pass at it. His bat speed is really flying here tonight. Kelly's claiming that the home plate umpire was trying to get him to speed up, like this game's over, just go, man, go. And the base umpire would say, hey, if you don't slow down, I'm going to call a balk on you. And apparently he was frustrated that he wasn't getting any help from the dugout with his issue with the umpires.
Pummeled deep left. Boy, you've been all over it for Contreras. A home run, 2-run shot. Wilson Contreras. That's number 9 for the Cubs catcher, and it's 9-1.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very impressive swing of the bat. Just explosive strength from Wilson Contreras. The Southwest Airlines, how far did it fly? The distance of that one, 380 feet. Didn't take long to get out of here. And go to WGNTV.com/contest for a chance to win round trip travel for 2 on Southwest Airlines in the United States and Puerto Rico.
What a night he's had. Sharply hit bouncer to Mercer off the bat of Almora. 1 away. I was going to say about Sean Kelly, I guess it's too little too late. Rizzo can't say
right, yeah. Yeah, so it makes me think there were some underlying issues kind of bubbling up anyway, maybe, right?
Right, you would think they wouldn't make that move without at least talking to the player. As I said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if someone pounces on him because he was pitching well this year. In fact, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, so they designated for assignment, so they have what 7 days or 10 days, whatever it is, to trade him, release him. So I would imagine they're going to work out a trade. Although, kind of lose your leverage.
Yes. 2 down. Cubs, by the way, now with a 6-game home run streak, their longest of 2018. Line drive to Marte. Hit it right at him. Rizzo's hit the ball really well tonight, but doesn't have a hit to show for it. Contreras with a booming home run. It's 9-1 late. One trying to get out of here with a 1-1 series split, and it's left-hander Brian Dunsing with a big 9-1 lead here in the 8th. A Little League home run for Lorenzo Cain leading off that game in LA tonight. Triple and an error. Milwaukee an early 1-0 lead. Cubs and Brewers tied atop the division.
Been a tough go for Brian this year. Pitched to a 2.74 ERA last year, 7.18 so far this. Last year he walked 18 men in 62 1/3 innings. This year he's already walked 25 in 31 1/3.
Roller to Zobrist. That'll go 4-3. Blanco is gone, and now Colin Moran for David Freese.
I believe the Dodgers were supposed to activate Justin Turner tonight. So Davey Roberts is going to have similar issues to Craig Counsell trying to find at-bats for all these guys because they just traded for Brian Dozier.
Turner was not activated.
I believe tomorrow then. I won't soon. Turner, Machado, Dozier, Muncy, Bellinger, Taylor.
Pulled to right. So Moran, left-handed bat, pinch hits against the lefty and comes up with a 1-out single.
Quality beard he's got working. But the Brewers issue is going to be more interesting to see how creative Craig Counsell is going to be. Adding Jonathan Scope from the Orioles to that mix with Shaw and Moustakas. Another quality beard. I had a kind of an Orson Welles vibe.
Yeah. Sounds like Scope is willing to play some shortstop if needed. Curve a little bit inside.
Tonight Scope's playing second base. Hernan Perez is playing short.
Scope was on a home run binge just before he got traded. 1-1 the count. Make it 1-2. Jonathan Scope finished his Orioles career over his last 9 games at .349 with 7 home runs. Tyler Chatwood getting loose. Out into left center. That is trouble. It'll get down. Miranda third. Cervelli will hold with a long single. Ball gets away, but the runners will not advance. A 3-hit night for Cervelli.
Seems to play his best against the Cubs.
Sure does. Last 9 games against the Cubs now, including tonight, he's got 13 hits. 15 RBIs. Osuna, the first baseman, with a ground ball. Nice job Dunsing to let it go. They will only get one, however. Little bobble or a double clutch by Zobrist. A run scores, and it's 9-2.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a double play for sure, and then Zoe gets the ball out of his glove, a little mishandle, and by the time he regrips, get the out at first.
Not the end of the world. Outs are paramount here, and they got one.
But he's such a perfectionist and such a pro. You know, he doesn't want to hang that earning on Dunsing.
Swing and a miss on by Rodriguez.
So we'll nod him a little bit. It's the kind of guy you want on your club. You know, who something like that will gnaw at him in a 9-2 game where he's just lighting it up offensively. The care factor is really high.
Major League average in care factor is 100. It's like OPS plus or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Zoe is at 198. 98% above Major League average. Who says you can't quantify intangibles? 2-2. We just did.
He's out there after every home game down the third base line signing autographs.
I love watching him play catch in front of the dugout before the game. I think he's turning 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. They get 1, but the Cubs still have the big lead as we go to the 9th inning. Leading 9-2.
13 hits for the Cubs tonight. They've had a base runner in every inning.
Zobrist takes a strike. Some switches for the Pirates. Frazier goes left to second. Rodriguez second to short. Christopher Bostic is now playing left. Ryan Jenkins is in the San Bernardino National Forest watching us tonight. How's that? A rocket into right. Off the bat of Ben Zobrist as he rounds first. 3 hits, 4 reaches. Sweet.
What'd you do if you saw Bigfoot back there in the trees? More importantly, what would he do if he saw Bigfoot back there in the trees?
Hey, Bigfoot, Cubs lead 9-2. Come on.
Bigfoot is a Cubs fan.
You want a beer? Zobrist will not be held at first. And a swing and a miss by Hayward. Just imagine Bigfoot would have a growl like Chewbacca.
Yeah, they're part of the same gene pool.
Foul tip. Strike 2.
We've had the Chewbacca conversation before, haven't we, about the origins of that name?
I have no idea. I don't believe we have.
Yeah.
But I'm open.
We had, when I was in college, somebody came and I think it was college. I don't know, sometime. Oh my goodness, another rocket.
Deflecting off the glove of Osuna. Zobrist trying to make third. The throw there is in plenty of time. Good play, Moran. As he fielded the short hop toss. And they get Zobrist 3-5. That'll be a hit for Hayward.
Again, Zobrist trying to force the issue. The Cubs so good at taking extra bases. He sees this one start to trickle away. He figures he has time. Pirates make a very good play. Strong throw. Tag applied.
So Chewbacca.
So Chewbacca. Somebody came and spoke to our class I was in one time, and the story was that George Lucas created a character. He wanted it to be ugly and kind of nasty and gnarly and gross and everything. And the grossest thing he could think of was chewing tobacco. Hence Chewbacca.
Oh, interesting. Baez hustling, but he can't beat out that throw. 6-4-3. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Struggling starter Tyler Chatwood now in the bullpen. This will be his 20th appearance. It will be his 18th career relief appearance to go along with 132 career starts, 85 walks, the most in the majors, and just getting him out of his comfort zone. I would expect the velocity to be really good. That's the first thing.
Yeah, I think this could help him reset a little bit. Learn so much about game planning and setting up hitters and worrying about one start to the next. Just go out there and let it fly.
Christopher Bostic takes ball one. Tyler from the stretch, as most relievers do. They just stay in the stretch the whole time.
A lot of moving parts in that delivery, and that's what's led to a lot of the command issues. And then at some point, it has to become a mental thing as well. Usually goes cutter to find the zone. I think that's what that was there at 87. Dunsing tonight, an inning, 2 hits, a run, no walks, a strikeout.
Swing and a miss on the cutter.
It'd be a nice development if Tyler Chatwood became a weapon out of the bullpen.
Ground ball to third, gobbled up by Javier Baez, one away. Frazier pinch hit in the 7th. And went to left. Now at second base and an opposite field single. Elias Diaz has had a nice offensive season along with Cervelli.
Yeah, he looks like a pretty good player.
Tonight it would be 6-5. The season series record for the Cubs against the Pirates. It's still 8 remaining. The AAA Iowa Cubs lost a perfect game in the 8th inning against Salt Lake tonight. He is a hit, so no hitter either. Hi, Molly. Two and one.
Peter at 92. Diaz, like Contreras and Cervelli, is from Venezuela. Maracaibo.
Runner at first, one out. First and second. It's Marte. You know, Joe would like this to be a fairly clean ninth. He would rather not have someone up in the bullpen. Chat would get these 3 outs and head on home to Chicago. 7-run lead with 2 outs to go. Ball 1.
Has a tendency to tap that ball into his glove after he breaks his hands, and it just takes a little time, takes extra time for his hand to catch up. So he misses high to the arm side quite often.
Just as I say that, Jim Hickey making a call to the bullpen. On a bounce, they get one, they get two. Cubs win. Nobody had to get up after all. A 5-4-3 double play. Cubs win 9-2. Nice work by the newcomers. Yeah, there was a lot of good offense, but Cole Hamels and Brandon Kinsler.
How about those trades? Good work, fellas. Yeah, Hamels, 9 strikeouts in 5 innings, and as we said, throughout his outing, it looked like vintage prime of the career Cole Hamels. So even though the numbers not good, especially lately for Hamels in Texas, what we saw here tonight was really good.
Final